We also have the other part of karma, because too often people think of karma, the negative things, I do something bad and something bad is going to happen to me. We should also think about we've done something good and kind, something nice is going to happen to me. And please remember that as well. When you have restrained, when you have said sorry, when you have been tempted but said no, you feel happy, you feel good about that. There's that positive karma. And that probably is more of an incentive than anything else to restrain. For the sake of, not to avoid suffering, but the sake of happiness. And that's sometimes why, you look at your life and sometimes, well, there isn't a sort of a partner there, so you're single. Why are you single? There's a lot of happiness in being single. So you don't have to look at the other people and think, oh, I wish I had a partner. As I said last week, if you have a partner, you have partner suffering. If you have single, you have single person suffering. But you also have single person's happiness as well. And you also have partner happiness as well. And really that sometimes we always think that if we had something else, the difference will be somehow better. That's why I remember that another story years ago about this farmer who had all this hay which was going mouldy. And being a very stingy farmer, he would not throw it away. He insisted on feeding it to his cows before they could get any good hay. And of course the cows, even though they were going hungry, would not eat the mouldy hay. And so the farmer thought, well, maybe I should mix it in with good hay. When you mix it all together, the cows, being stupid, won't know the difference and they'll eat the mouldy hay when it's mixed in with the good hay. But again, the cows were smart enough and they separated the good hay, from the mouldy hay. They ate all the good hay and he's still left with the mouldy hay. And the way the farmer got rid of the mouldy hay and got all of the cows to eat it was to take all that mouldy hay and put it outside the paddock fence. But not that far outside that a cow could push its head through the fence wires and just reach that mouldy hay. And when it was just outside the fence, outside the allowed area, when it was prohibited hay, the cows ate it all up the first day. And that's cow psychology, and that applies to human beings as well. If it's forbidden, even though it might be mouldy, it is sometimes much more interesting and tasty. That's one of the problems when we have, forbidden parts of our moral code. Because it's forbidden, that must be interesting, and you taste it. And that's one of the problems with trying to sort of keep in these boundaries, these moral boundaries, because just because it's disallowed sometimes makes it more interesting, which is sometimes why the liberal philosophies of life, just letting people have the freedom to choose and not sort of making too many things prohibited, sometimes is actually better because people aren't tempted to try things just because they're prohibited.